What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Mangalore. This is a manga podcast where I talk about random manga-related topics. I don't know what to say. Every week it's something new. It's something pertaining to manga, obviously. And this week it is Shonen versus Seinen. What I mean by this is all very subjective when it comes to Shonen versus Seinen. Obviously, there are some objective facts about Shonen and Seinen, mainly just that Seinen is the word actually means to. It's a demographic. It is looking to get the audience of 18 and older men, and the Shonen is more towards the teenage boys. That's actually what the words mean. There are tropes and stereotypes, they generally do stem from some truth. Shonen, a lot of the tropes, the power-ups, the arbitrary power system at times, there are a factor. The shonen love triangle that seems to always happen, the shonen tournament arcs and whatnot. There are some great things about shonen, don't get me wrong. I am a connoisseur of shonen. I'd like to say back in the day I would read a lot more shonen than now. I just feel like there are phases in time when you like one over the other. I feel like right now I've been just mostly seinen and trying to get into shoujo, trying to read some more romance because I kind of want some of that right now. I just feel like a change of pace. And the reason behind it is mainly because I feel like with shonen, it's for fun, obviously. Even though there's shonen like One Piece that I feel don't delve. One Piece isn't too deep. Don't take out the pitchforks. Don't bring everything. Yes, there's complexity in it. There's a lot of moving parts that we do not see. There's that, and that's great, but I don't feel like it's very deep. It's very philosophical in a sense, and it's not trying to be that, guys. I think One Piece is great. I think it's top 10 for sure manga of all time. I feel like once we get an ending it'll be, One Piece is forever going to be one of the greatest mangas ever written. There's going to be a history there. One Piece has captivated the world, has captivated Japan for so long. And, I'm not going to knock it. I'm not going to be one of those One Piece haters who just hates it because it's popular. It's a goddamn great shonen. But right now where I'm at in enjoying manga, that's not what I want at the moment. I'm more into seinen. I'm rereading Monster, and God, Naoki Urasawa is just the man when it comes with the storytelling. There's times where it does feel a bit episodic. A lot of his stuff is episodic, but it has a long, overarching storyline, especially in Monster. There are times that, we're trying to get to X, but along the way we meet a new group of people, and we're introduced to their struggles, their perspective, and how they cope with life. That's what I think Monster is. Just meeting people, seeing their perspective, seeing the other side of things, and seeing how they cope with it, seeing how they move on, seeing how they grow. And it also has to do with, I'm reading it and I really want to write a paper on it. I need to reread it and go over it, because right now it really does feel like the ultimate evil versus the ultimate good. Dr. Tenma is the ultimate good. He always does what is morally, what most of us would think is morally right, and fucking Johan always does what's morally wrong. And it's really shitty at times, especially because we're seeing it through Tenma, and we just want him to win, because that is how we see stories. We see the protagonist, and we want him to succeed, because a lot of the time we are seeing ourselves in that character. We're bonding with that character. We're living vicariously through him, and we want to win. And there's a lot of times where if you sit back and don't look at it like that, Johan is a fucking badass, dude. It's really fucked up, and the shit he does is insane, but he's a fucking badass. He's a pimp. He is insane. He's a genius. He's a prodigy. He's a manipulator. He's a con man. He's everything. And if he would be the main character, it would honestly be like a pretty fucking dope story. but it's not. And I just rambled about Monster, but maybe that's what I really like, especially Naoki Urasawa and Seinen in general. I feel like when I read Shonen, I don't get that. It's not deep. It doesn't make me reflect. It doesn't make me sit here and just start rambling. I could ramble forever about the different topics of morality in Monster and the perspective-based morality. It's more subjective morality in a sense, and then obviously like we're kind of looking at the objective morality of seeing Tenma and Johan in a way where everything Tenma does is like we see as objectively bad, and everything that Tenma does, I think it's a Tenma twice. It's Johan is objectively bad and Tenma is objectively good. As of right now, I've finished it, but I've read it a while ago, like years ago. So there's some parts that are a little rusty, and right now as I'm rereading, I'm like, damn, I completely forgot about this. And it's so fucking amazing. And again, I'm rambling, but I don't feel like I get that from Shonen. I feel like Shonen is hype. Shonen does give you pumped. Don't get me wrong, Shonen fucking, without a doubt, Shonen gets you pumped. Seven Deadly Sins, My Hero Academia, goes on and on and on. You know, I can start naming them forever. Seven Deadly Sins, My Hero Academia, Black Clover, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, everything. They're just these moments that the build up. If you can do the build up and the climax, like you can fucking make for the most epic of battles, of moments, of climaxes, of just, you know, the My Hero Academia, the 1,000,000%. Or whatever, that fucking moment, the culmination of that, the build-up was just so fucking good. What would it be in Black Clover? I'm not sure. I can't really remember anything of Black Clover. I haven't read it in so long. I dropped it a while ago. It's not for me. Seven Deadly Sins, I think Escanor, I think that's his name. He had a lot of really hype moments, and so did Meliodas early on, but I've dropped. Okay, let's talk about Seven Deadly Sins. So this is Shonen versus Seinen. Seven Deadly Sins is something I dropped because it was just bad. And I'm not going to end it there because that is super fucking vague. Why do I think it's bad? For a shonen to be great, there has to be... It's different for everyone. Again, subjective. But for me, for a shonen to be good, for a shonen to be great, it has to adhere to my laws of good shonen. One of them is a power system that is not ambiguous, that is not arbitrary, that is almost that is laid out for us. We are given a system that adheres to laws within the world. And Seven Deadly Sins power system felt very, very arbitrary, felt very sporadic, and I did not like that. The plot cannot feel... The second part would be the plot cannot feel like a cycle. Like with Fairy Tail, like there is this really good post that says literally every Fairy Tail arc is just a repetition of... a repetitive cycle of just these events, like new bad guys are introduced, fight the bad guys, lose to the bad guys, some of the bad guys, fight them again, beat them, some of the bad guys become good and join Fairy Tail, and then rinse and repeat with new bad guys come in. And that's what I felt like Seven Deadly Sins was doing. It was just bad guys come in, defeat these bad guys, oh, these other bad guys showed up, let's beat these bad guys. Yes, that is still a story, but that isn't a story I want to read. That doesn't give me anything to look forward to, and I need a story where we have a set goal, and along the way we're fighting bad guys, but that isn't the ends in itself. In a way, why I don't like Fairy Tail, why I don't like Seven Deadly Sins, was the battles themselves felt like ends in themselves. And what I mean by that is it felt like that was the story, the battles. And in, like, let's say a different story, if you're just using battles to progress the story and move on to what's really important, you know, is, you know, a goal that you want to hit, and you get there, those battles were just a means to an end, not an end in itself. And I feel like Seven Deadly Sins and Fairy Tail, they're ends in themselves. I don't know if you guys, if I just fucked up what I meant, but that's kind of what that's what I think, at least. And feel free to comment down below and tell me your opinion. But this is just an opinion. You can attack me if you want. If you say you like Fairy Tail, if you say you like Seven Deadly Sins, if that's your favorite, if you like Tokyo Ghoul, I don't even like Tokyo Ghoul, honestly. I think it's okay. I thought Ri was horrible. I thought Tokyo Ghoul was okay. Another fucking unpopular opinion. If you want to attack me, go ahead. But if you tell me that you like those series, I will never attack you. Because there's no point. Who cares? You can give me your reasons why and just leave it at that, and I will respect it and be like, okay, I see where you're coming from. And maybe we might have a debate, but at the end of the day, it's your opinion, and who the fuck cares? That's it. Like, you read what you want to read, I read what I want to read. I'll tell you why I didn't like that, but that's it. I feel like some parts of our community are very toxic, where it's just like, that's trash. Why are you reading that? Oh my god, I can't believe you read that. Your taste is horrible, and I hate that. I absolutely hate that, because it doesn't lead to anything good. Okay, so rambled there, but let's get back on topic, and let's get into why the background is the background it is. It's Hunter x Hunter. Actually, pertains to the title of the video. I believe that Hunter x Hunter is the perfect blend of Shonen and Seinen. Whoa, that's a bold claim. Obviously, guys, I'm extremely biased. Hunter x Hunter is probably my favorite shonen of all time. I believe that it would be better than One Piece if the hiatuses didn't plague it and slow it down. I have not read the last, 20 chapters, guys. So I can't really... So take that with a grain of salt, I haven't read all of Hunter x Hunter, but personally, I'm going to wait till there's more. I'm going to wait till at least this arc has concluded, the boat or whatever the fuck they're on, the ship to the Dark Continent. I'm not going to start reading it because I'm not going to read it, get invested, and have a hiatus for 4 or 5 months and then come back. I'm not doing that. But what I will be talking about is from volumes 1 to 32 of Hunter x Hunter. From essentially, we go Hunter exam arc till the end of Chimera arc, and the Gong's. I don't know what that arc's called. I think it's called the election arc or some shit, right? Because they're electing the new council members, whatever. That's what I'm talking about, and I think that is the perfect blend. That Hunter x Hunter right there is a perfect blend of Shonen and Seinen, where Shonen, like I said before, I can't ramble and go into depth about the psychology or the philosophy inside of it. There's a bunch of shonen videos where people do what is that called? Theory videos and whatnot. That's not what I mean. Theory videos and speculation videos, that's a whole beast in itself. You can do that with practically any series. I mean, getting down to the roots of why a character is doing this. Is it right if a character should be doing that? I feel like Shonen doesn't give me that. Hunter x Hunter does. Not only does Hunter x Hunter lead to a plethora of theories and, why is this happening and whatnot, but the philosophy is there. The wanting to know why this character acts a certain way, finding out backstory, especially the Chimera Ant arc. I'm not going to get into any spoilers, but the interaction between Gong and Patu, I don't know how to say his name. That is, oh my god. This is probably the hypest moment in Shonen ever, and just there's everything about that moment is done right, and it adheres to all of my laws of what makes a good shonen, in my opinion. First of all, the power system. In Hunter x Hunter, we are told that there is this power system that you must adhere to. There are laws of the world, and there's no way to get around it unless the only way to obtain power at a rapid rate, power that you shouldn't be able to, achieve until like 30, 40 years of training is by giving something up. And the bigger the bigger you give, I'm sorry. So essentially, the more you give, the more you lose, the more power you gain, the more situational power you lose, momentarily. I don't know what I'm saying, but you know, only for that time. So when Gong did what he did, he essentially gave it all up for power that he wouldn't be able to achieve for another 30 years. I forget the actual number, but they say, like, you know, this. And also, on top of that, why it's realistic is it's not power that you would never be able. Like, a weak guy cannot do what Gong did. Because there's countless times when weak people are put in Gong's situation and they didn't, you know, do what he did. Because at the same time, they say the power that you are able to manifest by, you know, essentially giving your life is power that you would have been able to achieve later in life. So those people that weren't able to do that is because they were never able to reach that power later in life. Gong had the potential to reach that, so that potential was shown for however many minutes there at a cost, at a grave cost. So that adheres to my number one principle of a power system, and it has to be a system with structure, with regulation, with parameters, and that fucking just, oh God, that, I love that. I'm in love with that. And the second one is the story, and all of Hunter x Hunter, it's just this journey, and if you take out all the pieces, it's just a journey of a boy trying to meet his father. That is it. That is all it is. Well, the first 32 volumes at least, right? That is all it is. And along the way, also the journey of him trying to meet his father and find out who he wants to be, what he wants to do. Does he want to be a hunter for himself or for other reasons to appease his father? Whatever. And along the way, he makes friends, battles enemies, fights foes that are stronger than the last, becomes powerful, learns that without power, you have no right in this world. Anything can be taken away from you, and strength is needed to protect not only yourself, but the people you love. Oh, I fucking love Hunter x Hunter. And I feel like Hunter x Hunter is the perfect shonen for me. On par with like Full Metal Alchemist. I absolutely love Full Metal Alchemist as well, because it does adhere to my two fundamental laws of shonen. God, I rambled way too much there. My fundamental laws in Hunter x Hunter, you know, the power system's there, structure is fucking there, the Nen system is beautiful, so imaginative, but also so precise and concise. And the story can be stripped down to one sentence: boy trying to meet his father, you know, finding himself on the way, maturing, coming of age story. Boom, right there. No fucking paragraph needed. That's all it is. Read it, and that is what it is. And Full Metal Alchemist, the power system, the alchemic system, alchemy is their laws, their actual laws there. And, you know, in order to bypass these laws, again, you must give something in return. Obviously, you guys know the equal exchange, all that shit. And the second part is the story can be taken down when you remove all the flashy bells and whistles. It is simply the story of a boy, two brothers, trying to retrieve their bodies. Retrieve what they lost. That's it. All along the way, they grow. They find out what matters to them in this world. They fight enemies. You know, they fight foes stronger than the last. But that's all it is. Got it rambled there. But that is what I like in a shonen. And there are very few shonens that I consider in my like top 20 of manga of all time. It's majority of it is seinen. And I feel like I rambled a lot in this video. I honestly don't even remember what I fucking talked about. I just know I went off on Monster, on Hunter x Hunter. But this is just like the mind of Toaster Cat. This is what I like in shonen, what I like in seinen, what are my favorite seinens for many different reasons. Anything by Naoki Urasawa, he's a fucking god. Kingdom, I think Kingdom is one of the greatest military series ever written. Phenomenal. I cannot wait for another like 2 years to read it again. Then we get into like the kooky stuff, like Terraform Mars and Dorohedoro, which are just out there. They're insane. They're super unique. Nothing is like that. Nothing like Dorohedoro and Terraform Mars. There is no replicant of that. You know, they're so unique in their own right that nothing even comes close to what they do. So wacky, so crazy. Anything by Yoshihiro Tatsumi, I love him. I love his work. Obviously, God, Osamu Tezuka. I think his work is great. I haven't read, Phoenix or anything, so can't talk about that. Or Buddha. I haven't even started reading that. But of what I have read, it's very, very deep, and it's just the god of manga, so there's respect there. But yeah, we've been rambling for 20 minutes now, talking about Shonen versus Seinen. I feel like I needed more time, and I need to delve more into this, so maybe I'll do a part 2 later on. But I would like you guys to comment down below. Let me know if you guys have been liking the manga podcast. I feel like I need to up it to like 25 minutes. I just feel like 20 is too short. But fuck it. I don't know. I'm doing this every week. Let me know if you guys are liking it. Let me know down below. Let me know what you want me to talk about next. And let me know if the time is too short, or should I make it 25, 30 minutes? It's not that hard to do. And another thing I want to talk about is there was one, Jin Graves to say, like, maybe I should leave a picture in the background of what I'm talking about when I'm talking about it. I don't want to do that. It's not that much work, but in my mind, it's like completely detrimental to what I'm doing. In a way, like, the whole purpose of this is to be something you listen to in the background. I don't want you actually staring at the YouTube screen. I want you doing something else, or walking, it's in the background. This isn't supposed to be any sort of visual experience. It's just purely audio. Another thing, should I upload this other places like Spotify, whatnot? And if any of you guys would like to post this on Reddit, like Manga Collectors or Manga, I'd appreciate that, because I don't want to do it myself. Not because I'm lazy, but because honestly, I sound like an asshole. Like, can you guys go do this? But I'd really highly appreciate it, so more people can come in and watch and give their opinion on it and see if they had a good time. But the reason I don't want to do it is because I just like the hate and like the backlash of like, this guy's just trying to get more views, and obviously I'm just trying to get this out there to more people so they can enjoy it if they want to. Obviously they can just, if they don't like it, they can just leave. But just the backlash and the stigma that comes with it, I don't want to do that. But if one of you guys would like to do that, thank you so very much. And yeah, you guys have a great day. Toaster Cat here, bringing you manga-related videos. The next Mangalore will be next week. I don't know what I'm going to do it on, so leave a comment down below. Whatever gets the most likes, I'll do it on that. And if nothing gets the most likes, I'll pick one at random and talk about it. So you guys have a great day. Toaster Cat out. Yeah, leave your thoughts down below. Later.